Hello everyone, welcome back. We have a special edition of the FESCO Apparatus Spotlight for you today. We're very proud to announce and show off our new Horton 603F demo. This is mounted on a 2020 Ford F550 4x4 diesel chassis. You may be looking at this truck going, this looks an awful lot like all your other demos, and in some cases it does. When you first look at the truck, it's white over red. We have a beautiful striping package on the truck. And that's about where the similarities stop. We have a lot of additional lights. We have some COVID features on this truck, as well as an interior layout. So we're really excited to show it to you, and follow along. So up here, this is our curbside forward compartment. Of course, we do have quite a bit of shelving here. We've also blocked off the top section of this compartment because on the inside of the truck, this is all going to be set aside for a locked drug storage compartment for a future customer. Coming around here to the curbside rear. This is set up so that the left side here is for your backboard storage. We do have a strap here to contain those. A couple shelves here for whatever gear you have, and then down below this is set up for a striker stair chair. Instead of pocketing the door, we've actually taken that and recessed into the rear wall, so that you'll have no issues whatsoever with that striker stair chair closing and not binding on the door. So on the front of the truck here, across the top is all Whelen M9 lights. They're red, 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 white, red, red, red. They all, of course, will turn on and off with the primary and secondary automatically, which is standard with all Horton vehicles. Up front here, this is one of the new features that we've added this time. So instead of just having a red-white split on the ion lights, these are actually duo technology, which means that the red and the whites are interleaved with each other, and the entire light head will turn either all red or all white. That also means that when you hit your white light cancel, these lights will just function in their red mode, and you don't end up having spots on the truck that don't have illumination. So that's a really nice feature. One of the really nice things about all the Horton trucks that we've been showing you here lately is the Cool-Tech system. So if you look up on top of the truck, you'll see that there is a 4-fan condenser unit built in and recessed in the top of the body. Those 4 fans are individually controlled based on the pressure of the system. So the more system demand, the more fans you have. So it really balances your cooling needs, as well as keeps the compressor in that spot that it's going to perform the absolute best. So it's a really great feature that we recommend on all Horton ambulances. It really does a lot to increase the cooling performance of your vehicle. So over here on the street side of the truck, starting at the front, we have the Whelen M7 red-white split lights as intersection lights. Over here underneath the cab door, we have red-white split tracer lights. And the nice thing about the tracers is that you can have them controlled separately. So we're going to flash back and forth red-white. When the truck is in low light, we have a photo cell that's going to detect that, and it's going to flip to red-red only. Another nice feature of them is we also have them programmed so that when you open the cab door, they go solid white to illuminate the running boards. All right, so moving down on the side of the truck here, up in the body corners, we have Whelen M9 red lights. We have another M7 red clear over top of the wheel well. And a nice feature you may have seen on the Horton FDIC demo this year. Of course, FDIC didn't happen, but we have the red, the multicolor rub rail lights on this truck that will flash red, red, red amber, red white, depending on the lighting conditions. So this truck has a really nice feature on it that we borrowed from our friends over at Howard County Fire Rescue. So with the photo cell on board, what happens is when you put the truck in park, we go from a fast response flash pattern to a slower flash pattern, so you don't have that moth to a flame look. And by using that photo cell, we will actually dim the lights by 50% when you're in low light situations. We do the same thing with the tracer lights and the rub rail lights here. So instead of having that side facing white, if you're having, if it's dark out or foggy, those will turn off the white lights and either go amber or just go to red. So it's a nice feature to have. It really makes the truck a lot safer to be around at nighttime. So here in the street side forward compartment, of course, this is a pretty standard layout. We do have the Zyco OTS oxygen bottle lift, so we're not relying on a strut or a spring here to move the oxygen bottle in, and certainly not worrying about your manpower to do that as well. On the next compartment here, the street side intermediate, pretty standard layout here as well. We have our electronics here on the left side, so it's behind a closeout, so people won't be tempted to mess with it. And then a nice adjustable shelf here in the middle, but certainly could store anything you like there, whether it's gear or supplies, whatever it is that you like in the exterior compartment. All right, of course, so last but not least, we do have the street side rear compartment. This one we just have set up as wide open. It's a great spot to store SCBAs or anything else that you may have. A couple other things to point out here at the back. We have taken your traditional, what we call the K marker lights, which work as turn signals, and have these flash also as warning lights if your turn signals are not on. We do have the red-white identity lights that are right underneath the drip rail. That's another great way to add some extra lighting to your truck and really make it have a nice presence on the scene. And of course, we have the Horton EV400 ventilation system. The really nice thing about this is not only does it provide great airflow inside the truck, giving you fast air changeouts, but by mounting the fan actually on the exterior of the vehicle, that noise from that motor is now outside the truck and not inside the patient compartment. So it makes it a lot quieter for you when you're inside doing patient care. All right, folks, here we're on the back of the truck. Starting up top, we have the Horton directional bar, so that, of course, will sweep right or left, as well as center out or randomly when you have your warning lights on. We have a Whelen M9 scene lights and warning lights, as well as down the sides here we have the Horton Chevron lights, which are red amber splits. Not only do these work with your warning light function, but the red also works as brake lights and the amber still works as turn signals on either side. So you get a lot more visibility from the rear that way. Up top again, we have in the center here, instead of your standard 3 marker lights, this will go from the 3 marker lights to a solid brake light, just giving you a little extra rearward visibility. You have the Horton 360 camera system as well. And on the back, we've already gone ahead and applied the chevrons to this truck. And our graphics team has applied the 50% window mesh here in the chevron pattern. This is a really great option for folks that might be concerned with people from behind being able to see inside and see with a patient that you're taking care of. With this option, it allows your providers to still see out, but people that are around the truck can't look in and compromise your privacy there. On the inside here, again, we have the red amber strips at the top. So they come on any time that the module is on, so you get a little extra rearward visibility. And as you'll see when we get inside, they'll also function as amber turn signals and brake lights to tell the providers what's going on the inside. Last year we did put the Chevron material on the center door panels as well, just giving you a little extra reflectivity. Let's go ahead on inside the truck and see what we got going on inside. Here inside the demo here, one thing to point out, this is a 72-inch interior headroom. So one of the things that we changed on this demo is we've added this extra countertop here at the head of the squad bench. And we've also moved your I4G controls and your radio here as well, because this makes life a lot easier when you're sitting here on the bench doing patient care. You can reach over if you need to change channel to talk to the hospital, if you need to change your interior lights or whatever. Everything's right at hand's reach. The other nice thing is with this countertop being here, you got a place to put your IV supplies, or if you want to put a life pack bracket here, maybe it's a Techno mount or a Furno bracket, that can mount here very safely and securely, and again, is close to hand. Underneath of here, we've notched this counter. Below, we have a sharps waist storage. And the other benefit is this still gives us the 74-inch clearance on the bench seat. So if you have a backboarded second patient, you've still got the room to do that. We have the seat belts here to secure that backboard to the interior of the vehicle. At the very back of the bench seat here, we have the infant child seat tethers. Like we've had that in a couple other demos, but that's a nice option as well. So if you have to transport an infant, you can do so in their child seat and do so safely. So here on the main cabinet wall side of the truck, we have an extra wide CPR seat with the 4-point Performax belt. On this side, since we've relocated the control panel over to the head of the squad bench, We've included two 3-button switch panels that give you control over your dome lights, all your lighting, as well as oxygen suction and the HVAC controls. So if you do happen to be seated here facing rearward, you have controls over whatever you need. This seat does include the child safety seat from USSC. And with every Horton, of course, this does have the Horton occupant protection system. So we do have airbags located throughout the vehicle. Another one of the new features that we added on this truck is the Horton tactical lighting overhead. That will come on in red, white, or it even flashes amber with the turn signals to tell your providers in the back that you're getting ready to execute a turn. Here we are inside the cab of the F550 here. One of the things that some folks have talked about on the Ford that they didn't like before was that the cab felt a little smaller, and it is a little smaller if you're coming out of an International or a Freightliner. But in 2017, Ford made the cab a lot more spacious, and it's a lot easier to work in now. So on this truck, what we did to make things even easier to use for your laptop, we have a specially designed console that we borrowed from our friends over at Foster Coach in the Central States. That angles the control panel towards the driver and makes it a whole lot easier to see. And also leaves a section at the front where you can mount your laptop or tablet or whatever type of response system that you may have. Up top here we have replaced the rearview mirror with the Horton 360 image. That also now includes the interior of the patient compartment as well. So your driver can really get a sense of what's going on. Of course, you don't want to look at that too much while you're going down the road, but should your provider get into a situation that they may be getting into trouble, at least it gives you a way to be able to see that and really give that a little extra safety in the back of the truck. Folks, thanks very much for watching this demo here on our new Horton 603F ambulance. Like I mentioned earlier, this truck is already sold. Our friends over at Frederick County Fire Rescue in Maryland have already purchased this truck, and it'll be getting delivered to them here in a couple weeks. But we have plenty more of them in the pipeline, both gas and diesel Ford F550s. So if you like this truck and you want one like it, we can either build you your own, or we certainly have a lot of demos coming. We have a couple little tweaks we've done to the interior for our demos coming up. We've added a drawer on the in that cabinet there at the head of the squad bench, but other than that, it's pretty much the same. So again, if you like what you see, we've got more of these. So thanks again very much for watching. Hit that subscribe button down there in the bottom corner. And on behalf of everybody here at FESCO and Horton, we really appreciate your time and everybody's interest. We hope you all have a great day. Thank you.